Are you in school?
Yes.
What school do you go to?
I go to Clemson University.
What are you studying?
I'm studying language and international health.
When do you graduate?
I graduate in May of 2027.
Do you know the Pino family?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell us how you know the Pino family?
Yes, I've known the Pino family my whole life. My mom is cousins with Ceci George's.
Do you know or did you know Miss Lucy Fernandez?
Yes, I've also known Lucy my whole life.
How did you know Miss Fernandez?
We went to school together since we were 4 years old at Epiphany.
And before September of 2022, did you know Caterina Puig?
Yes.
Can you tell us how you knew Miss Puig?
Yes, Kathy was also one of my closest friends. We also started Epiphany together when we were 4 years old.
Are you still friends?
Yes.
Were you at Ocean Reef with the Pinos the weekend of September 4th, 2022?
Yes.
What were you doing in Ocean Reef that weekend?
That weekend we were celebrating Ceci's 18th birthday.
Were you on a boat on September 4th, 2022?
Yes.
Were you involved in a boating accident that day?
Yes.
Before the accident, were you at a sandbar?
Yes.
Do you remember the name of the sandbar?
I don't remember.
Do you know how you arrived at the sandbar?
By boat.
Who was driving the boat?
George.
So, when you were at the sandbar that day, can you tell us who else was there with you?
Yes. There was 10 girls on the boat, I believe. And there was other boats at the sandbar as well.
Do you remember who was on those other boats?
I remember that there was about 4 boats.
Okay. Can you tell us who was on them, if you remember?
Yes, I remember the Suarez family was there, the Fernandez family, the Portuondos, and the Pardos is who I remember.
Okay. Were there also some boys that were at the sandbar as well?
Yes.
Do you remember who some of those boys were?
I remember a few of them. Diego, Nicholas, and Marco is who I remember. But I know that there was probably about 10 of them.
10 in total?
Yes.
Were you consuming alcohol that day?
Yes.
Do you remember how many drinks you had approximately?
I don't remember exactly how many I had, but I know I had a seltzer and a beer.
When you were at the sandbar, at any point, do you remember if you ever saw Mr. Pino holding an alcoholic drink in his hand?
No.
Do you remember having any conversations with Mr. Pino at the sandbar?
No.
And at the sandbar, you were mostly spending time with your friends?
Yes.
When you were leaving the sandbar, talk to me about when you were leaving the sandbar and what happened.
So when we got back on the boat, pretty much what I remember is we were dancing on the back of the boat, just really having a great time all together. And then we all took our spots and we left.
And was Mr. Pino on this boat as well?
Yes.
Did he seem intoxicated in any way?
No.
Did he seem impaired in any way?
No.
So this accident, did it happen on the way back from Billy's Point back to Ocean Reef?
Yes.
Where were you sitting on the boat, if you remember?
I was sitting towards the front of the boat.
And so during the boat ride back from Billy's Point, can you describe how that boat ride felt?
It felt like nothing out of the ordinary. We were, again, just all really happy and enjoying our time together.
How did the speed of the boat feel to you?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Did you ever tell Mr. and Mrs. Pino to slow down or to change the way that they were operating the boat?
No.
And prior to the accident, had you been on a boat before?
Yes.
Do you recall how many times, more or less? I know it's hard to tell, but if you can describe for us how many times you've been on a boat before.
I would consider myself a pretty experienced boater. My family never owned a boat, but I had gone on boats with my friends my whole life.
Had you been on a boat with Mr. Pino before?
Yes.
And this boat ride on September 4th, prior to the accident, Did it feel any different than any other boat ride you've taken in your life?
No.
So back to September 4th, that boat ride from the sandbar to Ocean Reef. What were you and the rest of the girls doing during the boat ride?
I just remember we were really happy, singing, enjoying our time together.
So there was music playing?
Yes.
And you mentioned everyone was sitting. Everyone was sitting on the cushion of the boat?
Yes, in their respective spots.
Was anybody sitting, and I learned this term just the other day, so it's okay if you don't know it. Was anybody sitting on the gunnel of the boat? It's like the railing. See that railing over there, kind of the railing of a boat?
No.
None of the girls were sitting on top of that?
No.
Okay. So you were saying that some of the girls were singing and they were dancing in their chairs. Did any of the girls have their hands up in the air?
Yes, I would say a good amount of us probably, as we were singing.
Okay. Now, what happened after the accident, after the impact?
I just remember opening my eyes after the impact and seeing a lot of white. And the first thing I saw when I opened my eyes was George, and I thought he was dead. I just saw a lot of blood gushing, and then my friends were telling me that I had to get out of the boat. And by the time I was going to get off the boat, it was kind of almost flipped. So instead of jumping from the boat, I practically stepped into the water because of how tilted it was. And then I honestly, I don't remember much. I just swam, and I swam to where Ceci was with Gati, and I tried to help her keep her afloat. And then at that point, we saw the rescue boat, and I was just helping wave them down until they were nice enough to help get Gati onto that boat.
Okay, so a moment ago you mentioned that you thought Mr. Pino was dead. This was after the impact. Can you tell us why you thought that? How did he look to you?
Yes, I just thought that because there was a lot of blood gushing from his head and he seemed unconscious.
Do you remember if his eyes were open or closed?
I don't remember.
At some point you said you ended up in the water. Do you remember if anyone said to jump into the water? Did you hear anybody call that out?
Yes. I don't remember exactly who it was, but I know people were telling me I had to get out.
Do you remember if it was a female voice or a male voice that said to jump?
Definitely a female voice.
Okay. One moment, Your Honor. No further questions.
Judge, I'm sorry, just take a moment. Thank you, Judge.
My name is Laura Adams. Same. I know this is really hard, okay? But I want to ask you a few questions about that day that the boat crash happened, okay? Were you or any of the other girls wearing life jackets, either to the sandbar or on the way back?
No.
Okay. I know you said that you didn't notice well, first off, do you see George Pino in the courtroom?
Yes.
Can you please point to him and describe what he's wearing so that our record will be clear?
Yes, he's right over there and wearing a blue tie.
Stipulate.
I want to ask you if on the day that this incident happened, I know you said that you had consumed some alcohol.
Yes.
Some of that alcohol came from the boat that Mr. and Mrs. Pino brought you there to the sandbar on, right?
Yes, I got my alcohol from that boat and others as well.
Okay. Did you feel like you were drunk, about to pass out?
No.
Did you feel a little buzzed?
At the maximum, but I did not feel impaired.
Okay. But buzzed, right? Happy, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, gotcha. So now you'd agree that maybe people that are buzzed from alcohol are not the best judges of whether somebody else is also buzzed from alcohol, right?
Yes.
Okay. And obviously at this party you weren't there to hang out with the defendant and his wife. You were there to hang out with your friends and the other boys that were there. Fair to say?
Yes.
So you weren't keeping an eye on everything that the defendant, George Pino, was doing, were you?
No.
And you've known him for a long time, correct?
Yes.
And you had faith and trust that he'd be able to safely take you and your friends back to Ocean Reef for the party that was going to be that night, right?
Yes.
And because you had trust in him, you weren't turning around and looking to be like, oh my gosh, where's this man going to go, were you?
No.
I want to show you a little diagram. It's got a number 11 on it. It's in evidence. I know it's been a long time, but do you think if looking on this exhibit, you'd be able to let us know where you were seated on the way back?
Yes.
Where? Number 12? Why don't you write your name right there by number 12? So, Ms. Perrera, so you're at seat number 12, right?
Yes.
And so if you're at seat number 12, you're kind of actually facing more toward the back of the boat, right?
Yes.
So in order to see what was ahead of you, if you're here at seat number 12, you'd have to be looking like this, right?
Yes.
But you weren't doing that, were you?
No.
Because you trusted that Mr. Pino would get you back safe.
Yes.
Do you remember the, let's say, 5-10 seconds prior to when that crash happened?
I would say 10 seconds before, yes.
And tell us exactly what you were doing then.
I was singing with my friends.
Okay. Did anybody stand up?
No.
In those last 10 seconds, were people holding up their hands to block the defendant's view?
People were waving their hands as they were singing. I'm not exactly sure if they were directly above, but I don't believe so.
Okay. So, from your vantage point, there was nothing anybody was doing at the front of that boat that would have made it impossible
No.
for the defendant to see what's in front of him, right?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. Oh, wait, actually, I did want to ask you something. Showing you State's Exhibit number 1. This was your friend Lucy, right?
Yes.
And you knew her for how long?
My whole life since we started Epiphany at 4 years old.
I'm sorry for the loss of your friend. I don't have anything else.
Questions, Judge?
Oh, thank you. The witness is excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Defense?
The defense calls Natalia Reed. Natalia Reed.
Please step forward, face the clerk, raise your right hand and be sworn.
Sacred testimony about the people to the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I do.
Keep your voice down and clear into the microphone. And you'll see it's this way, but the jury's this way, so keep your voice down. Thank you.
Good morning, Ms. Reed. Can you please introduce yourself to the jury?
Yes. Good morning. I'm Natalia Reed.
And how old are you?
I'm 21.
I need you to speak up.
Sorry, I'm 21.
Are you in school right now?
Yes.
Where are you studying?
I go to Brown University,
What are you studying?
economics.
And are you currently interning or working somewhere right now?
Yes, this summer I'm doing a management consulting internship
Do you know where? Can you tell us where?
in New York City.
Thank you for joining us this
Thank
afternoon.
you.
Do you know the Pino family?
Yes, I do.
Tell us how you know them.
I went to elementary school with little Sissy, and I've known the Pinos since then. We went to Epiphany together, which was our elementary school.
Did you know Lucy Fernandez?
Yes, we also went to elementary school together.
And before September of 2022, did you know Catalina Puig?
Yes, we also went to elementary school together.
Are you still friends with Ms. Puig?
Yes,
Were you at Ocean Reef with the Pinos on the weekend of September 4th of 2022?
yes.
Tell us what you were doing in Ocean Reef that weekend.
It was little Sissy's 18th birthday, and the Pinos had taken us to celebrate for the weekend.
Were you involved in a boating accident that weekend?
Yes,
Did this accident occur when you were on your way back to Ocean Reef from a sandbar?
yes,
And before leaving the sandbar, did you spend some time there?
yes, we did.
Who was at the sandbar that day?
Like, name everyone there, or Okay.
From what you remember, yes. Please.
George and Sissy mom, little Sissy, and some of the girls were Claudia, Pao Garcia, Camila, Katy, Lucy, Carolina, Coco, Mia.
Did some boys join you at the sandbar that day?
Yes,
Do you remember some of their names?
yes, Diego Suarez, Marco was there, Nicholas Garcia. That's pretty much who I remember.
Okay. Were you consuming alcohol that day at the sandbar?
Yes,
Do you know how many drinks you had?
I remember having 2 or 3. I don't remember feeling impaired or intoxicated.
And when you were at the sandbar, did you see Mr. Pino with any kind of alcoholic drink in his hand?
No, I did not see that.
And were you mostly spending time with your friends there?
Yes.
Okay. And when you were leaving the sandbar, were you on the boat with Mr. Pino?
Yes.
Did Mr. Pino seem intoxicated to you in any way?
No.
Did he seem impaired to you in any way?
No.
And now that boat ride back from the sandbar heading back to Ocean Reef, do you remember where you were sitting on the boat?
I was sitting at the front of the boat. Yeah, at the front.
Do you remember who was next to you?
I don't remember exactly who was next to me. I think Andrea Knopfler, maybe Val Garcia.
Can you describe for us what that boat ride was like before the impact?
Yes, I remember leaving Billy's Point, which is the sandbar we were at, and driving to Ocean Reef. I remember we were listening to music and talking amongst each other.
The boat ride itself, was there anything unusual about the way that Mr. Pino was operating the boat?
No, I don't remember thinking that.
Tell us about the speed of the boat. How did that feel to you?
Well, I had gone on the boat with Mr. Pino many times before the accident, so I don't remember feeling it going any faster than our past trips.
I was about to ask you that as well. So September 4th, 2022, it was not your first time on a boat.
No.
Can you tell us how many times, ballpark, that you've been on a boat before?
Yeah, my family doesn't have a boat, but some of our family friends, so maybe once a month, once every 2 months, I'd go on the boat.
And did this boat ride on September 4th, 2022 feel any different than other boat rides you've been on?
No.
Do you remember the weather conditions that day?
I remember it was clear skies, there wasn't a storm, sunny,
Do you remember how the water was?
pretty flat, I believe.
Okay. So that boat ride back to Ocean Reef, you said you were sitting down. Do you remember all the girls sitting down?
Yes, I do.
Was there anyone standing up at a point?
No.
And was anybody sitting on the gunnel of the boat, like the railing that goes around the boat?
No.
Tell us a little bit about what happened after the impact.
I remember it coming out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. I heard a loud hit. I believe I stayed on the boat, so I wasn't ejected. I heard some voices to jump into the water from the boat, so I jumped into the water. And then I remember seeing Big Ceci holding my friend Mia in the water. Mia had some blood on her. I remember Gami Alvarez close to me in the water as well. I remember Mr. Pino with his hands on the boat as it was tipped over at that point. And then a rescue boat came and I got onto that boat.
Okay, so I have a few follow-up questions. So you said at some point you were not ejected from the boat.
No.
You're sitting on the boat and you heard someone say jump.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember who said to jump?
I don't remember.
Do you remember if it was a female voice or a male voice?
I remember it being not just one voice, several voices, but I can't say female or male.
And before you were ejected from the boat, did you see Mr. Pino on the boat?
Yes, I remember for a split second after the accident seeing Mr. Pino laying between the console and the middle of the boat, and his eyes were closed as I remember. Again, it was a split second, so it was a little hazy, but I remember he had blood on his head, I think, and I remember thinking he was dead for that split second.
After you got on a Good Samaritan boat, did you see Mr. Pino again?
No. Oh, I guess later, I didn't see him in the water again, but I guess later in the day he came around in one of the rescue boats, I believe.
And you testified earlier that you've known the Pino family, you've known Mr. Pino a long time.
Yes, I have.
Has Mr. Pino ever confused you for Lucy Fernandez before?
No, never.
One moment, Your Honor. No other questions, thank you.
Cross.
Hi. Good morning still.
Good morning.
My name is Laura Adams.
Nice to meet you.
I know it's not easy to be here, but thank you for being here. The attorney for George Pino asked you about if you were still friends with Gatti Puig. Without getting into details, is she the same girl now that she was before that crash?
No.
It's okay, overrule.
Is she the same girl now as she was?
No.
On the day of this boat crash, was Kati able to walk around and talk and sing and dance?
Yes.
Objection.
Overrule, go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. The defense attorney asked you about who drove the boat up to the sandbar and back. I think you said his name was what?
George Pino.
Do you see that person in court today?
Yes.
Can you please point to him and describe what he's wearing so our record is clear?
He's wearing a suit and a blue tie.
Okay.
Stipulate.
So stipulated.
Now, on the day that you all were having this party, it was to celebrate his daughter Ceci's upcoming 18th birthday, right?
Yes.
None of you guys were 21 yet at that point, right?
No.
But Mr. and Mrs. Pino had provided in a cooler drinks, including alcoholic drinks that you all wound up drinking that afternoon, right?
There was seltzers in the cooler, yes.
And those seltzers had alcohol in them,
Yes.
right? And there was some beer in there too?
Yes.
Okay. And the Pinos didn't say, hey, girls, this is off limits, not for you. They didn't do that, did they?
Not that I remember, no.
Okay. And so you didn't feel any, fear that you were going to get into trouble for drinking those seltzers or beers, anything like that, did you?
No.
Okay. Now, were you there at that sandbar to hang out with George Pino and his wife?
We were there to celebrate Ceci's 18th birthday.
Were you there mostly, though, hanging out with your friends?
Yes.
So you're not, like, watching George Pino every minute to see how much, if any, alcohol he's drinking, are you?
I don't remember watching to see if he was drinking alcohol, no.
Okay. He wasn't your focus, right?
No.
Your friends were your focus.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Now, it's been a long time. You're not going to get in any trouble, okay? But that afternoon, do you think that you got to a point where you were like falling down drunk?
No.
Do you think maybe you felt a little buzzed from the alcohol?
Yeah, I remember having like two or three seltzers, so I felt a bit buzzed.
Okay. In your buzzed state, did you tell George Pino, hey, I want to check and see if you're impaired by alcohol?
No.
And do you think that maybe people who are buzzed are not the best shape to determine who else might be buzzed?
I don't know.
Okay. You've been in college.
Yes.
Have you seen people buzzed?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you all were coming back from the sandbar to get back to Ocean Reef, was music playing?
Yes, I remember.
What kind of music was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember exactly.
But it was loud enough that you could hear it even over the sound of the engines and the boat going through the waves, right?
Yeah, I remember hearing the music,
Okay.
yes.
I'm going to show you an exhibit, and it's labeled as State's Exhibit number 11. It's kind of like a cartoon diagram, sort of the boat and the different seats where people could be. Okay. Do you see on this exhibit a location where you remember that you were sitting when this boat crash happened?
I believe I was at 5 or 6.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, let's do this. We'll put arrow to both. Can you put your name on there?
Sure.
And I'm going to put a little question mark because you're not sure which of those two seats you're at.
I
Is
don't
that
remember
okay?
exactly.
Okay. So pretty much where my finger is pointing to?
Mhm.
This right here. So, Ms. Reed, where you were seated on that vessel, if I were to put myself, let's say, here, in order for you to see what's in front of the boat, you'd have to turn around this way, right?
I'm sorry?
For you to see what was in front of the boat, given where you were seated, you'd have to turn and look kind of behind you to see what's in front of the boat, right?
In front of the boat, yes.
Okay.
I would have to turn to
So where you were seated, if you were looking across,
Mhm.
you're looking kind of more toward where the back of the boat would
Yeah.
be, right?
Yes.
So as you're seated there, are you, looking around to see what's ahead of the boat, or are you kind of just looking at your fellow friends,
Yeah.
things like that?
I was looking at my friends. I wasn't looking at
Okay. And speaking of the friends that were on the boat, there's a seat number 9 and the name Lucy. Is that where you remember that Lucy was seated that afternoon?
Yes.
Okay. After that crash, were you one of the girls that was brought by the police over to an island while, they were trying to sort out everything that had happened?
Yes.
And some of the other girls that were not badly injured were brought there too, right?
Yes.
And during that time, did you see the defendant at that island?
Yes.
And the police, they didn't have him in handcuffs, did they?
Not that I remember, no.
He was able to walk around, right?
Yeah.
Did you have any kind of interaction with him?
I think we had a brief interaction. I don't remember what it was about, but I remember seeing him.
Okay. And then I just wanted to ask you, I'm showing you a picture. It's in evidence, and it states exhibit number 1 in evidence. Is this your friend, Lucy?
Yes.
And you knew her for how long?
Since elementary school.
Thank you. I don't have any more questions for you. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
No redirect, Judge.
Very well, thank you. The witness
Thank you.
is excused.